What's happening, guys? TechFlix here, and today we're back with another mousepad review of this Corsair MM300 desk pad. It's an extended mousepad, it's a cloth mousepad. I'm going to take a look at it today. So one of the main draws to this mousepad will be its size. It's a big mousepad. It's 930mm by 300, so it's quite a big mousepad, and it's one of the biggest mousepads from one of the more well-known brands, Corsair. Another thing that might draw you to it is the branding on it. As you can see, it's got very large Corsair branding on it with a little logo in the bottom right corner. One thing to note about the colour is it will match with most setups. It'll match with a white setup, a grey setup, a black setup. It'll match with most of them. But one thing to note is it's not actually grey. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. It's actually got like a slight bronze tint to it. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I've seen a couple of reviews of it and people have sent them back due to it not being as maybe grey or silvery as they thought. So that's just something to keep in mind if you are looking at buying this. So this actually belongs to a family of mousepads from Corsair. You can go either smaller or you can go even bigger. This is not the biggest mousepad that they do in this family of pads. You can go to the MM300, which is a bit taller and a bit thicker as well. It's 5mm instead of the 3mm that this is. It's got the same length of 930mm though. And just keep that in mind that you can actually get a bigger one, because one of the things that I end up not really liking about this mouse mat is it's only 300mm deep, so when I was playing with it sometimes I ended up touching the top or the bottom of the mousepad, and I thought I could just do with a bit more room. So for me personally, if I was to buy this again, I would buy the MM300. The packaging for this mousepad is standard, just a standard box, and it's rolled up, packed tightly in the box. You roll it out and it lays flat. There's no curving on it, and it's not sticking up in the corners or anything. It does lay flat, which is good. There's nothing worse than when a mouse mat sticks up a bit at the end when you've just got it. So the stitching on it is pretty much the same as every other stitched mousepad around the side. It's just it's nicely stitched. Apparently it's a non-fray stitching. That's what they claim it as on the box, which, to be fair, this is being used quite a bit, and it's still in pretty good shape. The bottom of the mousepad is your basic rubber grip. It's pretty much the same as you find on every other mousepad. As you can see, I've got the X-ray pad, the Aqua Control Plus, and it's pretty much the exact same rubber grip as the X-ray pad. The surface is a very tightly stitched cloth. It's very it's more of a speed mousepad, I'd say. It's got a bit more speed to it than control. You can glide quite a bit on it. There's a lot of glide, especially with this Razer Viper Ultimate with these plastic feet on it. You can get quite a bit of glide on it. So the branding in the bottom right corner it's printed in with the rest of the pattern, so it's not like embossed, so it's not sticking out or anything. So about the actual pattern of it, I think you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. For me, it's not really my cup of tea. If you're going for that sort of rustic, industrial look, it'll probably fit in quite well with your setup. I'm not really a fan of it, to be honest. I think the branding on it's a bit too bold for me, but if you're into that stuff and you really like Corsair, then it's perfect for you. In terms of how the mousepad plays, personally for me it was a bit too quick, a bit too much speed. It does say on the box it's optimised for high DPI gaming, but for me there was just not enough control. It took me a while to get used to getting sniping with it and stuff. It was a bit too quick and stuff for me mouse. Just felt a bit funny. So in terms of how it plays, how smooth it is, how much glide there is, there was a bit too much glide for me. It was maybe too quick. There wasn't enough control for there. So like when I was sniping on Modern Warfare, it did take a minute to get used to. It's not what I'm used to. I like a bit more control when I'm sniping. So yeah, I wasn't able to sort of hit them shots that I knew that I definitely could hit. But so it is a bit more for if you are that twitchy, fast type of, and you like a lot of glide, it'll be a really good mousepad for you. By the way, before we carry on, if you're enjoying this type of content and you want to see some more similar stuff, make sure you subscribe. I'll be trying to get as much stuff out as I can. Thank you for all the support recently, it's been amazing. So some stuff that I like about it is a well built mousepad. It doesn't feel like it's going to sort of like start fraying after a bit. Like I said, we've had this one for quite a while and it's lasted for ages. It's easy to clean, you can just throw it in the wash. It keeps its colour, it doesn't lose any discoloration where the mouse goes, where your arm goes. It's still like it came out the box. Like I said, it is got a lot of slides, so for certain uses it will be good for that. So it's not something that I don't like. I do like that. I do like that it's got that speed to it. Some things I don't like about it. The size of it. I think 300mm is probably enough, but for me, I've been using a bigger one for quite a while now, and moving down to that 300mm, I could definitely notice it. Like just felt like I didn't have as much room. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a solid mousepad that's at a pretty decent price, it's a pretty decent price. It comes in around the same price as the Aqua Control Plus, which I recently reviewed on my channel, so if you want to check that one out, that's my main mousepad that I've been using now. If you want to check that one out, reviews on the channel. So it comes in around the same price as that. It's a solid mousepad. It's got a lot of really cool things about it that I like a lot. And the only complaints really are just minor things and sort of personal things, like the branding and stuff. That's just not really my cup of tea. So if you are looking for a solid mousepad, they're a pretty decent price. This can't go wrong with this. But that's about it. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.